Evening all, and welcome to episode 49 of Kerbalism. Last time out we were in the middle of our rescue mission to get Janrina Kerman from the surface of the moon, so let's just pick up where we left off. And there we are in the moon's sphere of influence. So let's slow down time and set us up here. I did put a manoeuvre in. I actually came a little bit closer than expected, 11 kilometers, so a bit on the close side, but yeah, set a manoeuvre in to bring us our apocalypse down to close enough, and it was only 262 meters a second. So launching from that 250 kilometer orbit and the slightly irregular orbit really helped. I'm actually going to get into orbit on this one tank and have all that tank left, which all this tank left, which I believe with this engine is in fact enough to land, to take off again, and to get back to Kerbal. I will have to use aero braking to slow the craft down and try and get some form of encounter with the station again. But this is going to be ditched and left in orbit of the moon, I think. I might even set this on a collision course with the moon, to be honest with you. I might just destroy it. Get rid of it. It's done a wonderful job, but it's designed badly because I designed it badly. But yeah, I think I will probably ditch that once I figured out exactly where I need to go to land next to Janrina down here. I will just use this engine to fire off rest fuel and set all this on a collision course, detach it, and yeah, that's the plan. So we need to obviously go to our next maneuver, execute that into some form of orbit. It is going to be an equatorial orbit, which I don't want. I've just realised that I don't want an equatorial orbit. I want something that's a little bit more drunk, because we need to get down to Janrina. She is further down than that. Let's go a bit more than that, and right now we're exceeding how much fuel we actually have. So okay, that pod may be left just in orbit, because that's a long way to travel on the surface of the moon. So if I do that, then we should be able to come down quite nicely where Janrina is. But right, let's point ourselves towards the marker, and I'll just use up all the fuel we've got, and that'll do. Okay, warp to next maneuver. There's 39 seconds. Yeah, it's got that symbol there because we're going to actually use more fuel than we have. It knows that, so there we are. I will still fire on the right time because why not? Those sparkly stars in the background. The moon, in fact, all of Kerbal Space Program can be beautiful with some mods. The default game is very beautiful as it is, but with some mods, this game becomes spectacular. So yeah, always nice to see what you've got, to be able to see more. I'd really hope one day we could think about travelling out some of these distant stars. Some of the other things, go visit a nebula or something, but that's probably never going to happen, to be realistic. I know there are mods out there that add extra solar systems to the game by sort of doing odd things with how moons and stuff work, but not really play with any of them at all. I've never honestly been well, I think I think the probe to Moho is the first time I've ever legitimately done that. That's not in a sandbox game. So this is probably the furthest I've ever been in an actual proper career game, and I am loving it. It's fantastic. I really am enjoying playing this Kerbal Space Program this time around. So I enjoy playing it every time. But anyway, I'm waffling. So Valentina, we are going to transfer you to there. And there's no one else in here? Nope. Oh, I may steal the food and water and other bits and pieces. Also got a oxygen tank there, I think, for oxygen. There we go. That. And a food one there for the food. So, nitrogen. So, we got on nitrogen. Okay. So, after having stolen everything from it, and yeah, you are now, I'm afraid, cast to the wind. Goodbye. No control, no nothing. Farewell. So, let's point no, not prograde, we want to point retrograde. But I actually want to move away from that. I don't want to smash my solar panels off. Be a very bad thing to do. So, RCS, let's oh wait, slow down a bit. Boom. And that can fly away, and then we can point ourselves retrograde and not worry about it. Farewell, pod. Farewell. Now, all I need to do is figure out how to get to Ansia. I'm going to have to wait for the moon to orbit around to here, and then fall out of the sky. Hopefully hit the ground nice and gently. You can jump on, and we can go back to the blue-green marble. And job done. Only it was that easy. And here we are, many orbits later, a whole couple day later, in fact. And the moon has spun around enough for Janrina to be sort of close to where we need to be. We could figure this out from here. So I am going to stop that, do that, and that will do. That will do. That's 62 meters a second. We've got 1,890 meters a second. That is cutting it close. We need 1,640 to land on the moon and then return from the moon to level bit of Kerbin. So I haven't got many. I haven't got any real opportunity to make mistakes here. But that doesn't mean I won't do that, because that's what I do. I make mistakes. Things look like they're going terribly, terribly wrong, and then it kind of works out. Oh, I get either a signal from somewhere random, or I manage to squeeze something somewhere. I'm not quite sure how I do that. Either I underestimate just how useful monopropellant is when you've got no fuel, because your ship's so much lighter and monopropellant is so much more powerful. But yeah, there are some things which even surprise me. I'm sure Kerbalism changes some other things under the hood with the way the game works. But I don't know. Maybe it's just maybe it's blind luck. But whatever it is, I don't want to come relying on it. I'd much rather plan the mission so they all make sense. See, like there, I've overshot my mark. That's what I get for using Time Warp and talking at the same time. Like an idiot. Anyway, that shouldn't particularly matter. There we are. That's close enough. And when we're overhead here, I shall slow down a bit more and drop in on top of Janrina. Not sure why I have difficulty remembering that name. Not a complicated name. Just I don't know. I just it's weird. A weird one. Janrina is a weird one. I'm actually going to file the engine a bit more and bring that over closer to her there, because that was going to be 100 meters a second, and doing it up here is a lot less because we're traveling slower. Oh no, don't want to do that. I'm pushing it up the wrong way. Get down, not up. Oh dear. See, look, misreading the nav ball. There we go. Right. So that's going to pretty much plonk our ship straight down on top of her head, which, well, seeing how good at landings I am, I probably want to get out of the way. And speaking of landings, we've got one coming up, which I really don't like these. I'm not very good at landing. Well, I'm not very good at landing and keeping the craft intact. That's the problem. There are some important bits like the engine, which I tend to blow off, and don't want to do that. Don't want to blow the engine up. That's a bad thing. So right, let's start our descent, and I'll see you when we're down there. So we start our descent down to the moon, and I, because I'm impatient, used time warp and used it far too far before I realised that this wasn't going well. I was heading down faster than my engine could slow me down, so I was going to hit the moon and have problems. The only way around that I saw was to basically aim the craft higher up rather than actually directly retrograde, so it would push my orbit up a bit and I'd go along. That of course meant that I flew straight over Janrina's head and flew past over another crater and landed, I don't even know, 10 kilometers away, 15. It was a long way, and to boot, I didn't exactly land very well either. So we're down, we're on our side, we're 17 kilometers away from our target, and we are kind of borderline on fuel. That did not go according to plan, not even remotely. Trying to, oh god, I don't know what's going on here. Why? Right, I've apparently got scripts coming on this here that's causing all sorts of weird stuff going on. Let's turn off that for the moment. Turn off the SES. I have no way of getting the craft back in the air, or getting it back. Oh god, I'm going to smash all them solar panels off if that keeps happening. Okay, so Kerbalism, the pod. We are here. Where was it here? Auto, there it is. Landed, don't care. Atmosphere. Base. Set them all to don't care. Okay, right. So now when I close them, they should hopefully stay closed. It'll make life a little bit easier for me trying to do this here. Right, I have no idea how to get this pod back onto its legs. Right, all I'm doing here is running the battery flat. I am screwed once again. I don't know how to get this back onto its wheels. It's top heavy. All it wants to do is spin around on the spot. I can't seem to get it to actually want to nose up. Because these pods are on the bottom as well, it's a real pain. Normally you can get it to sort of flick open, but I'm maybe thinking of Minimus here. On Minimus you can get the legs to sort of flip your craft around and then you can sort of point it the right direction. Nope, that's not going to work. Unfortunately, it would be nice if the SES remembered the last setting that was on, because, you know, if I could just set this to radial out straight away, it would point up in the air. But it doesn't. It doesn't do that, so... yeah, I don't have an engineer on board, so I can't take a leg off and move it around. I'm going to get it like a spinning top by looks of things. Not that that's particularly helpful in any way, but... so I spun it, I bobbed it, I opened this, and that doesn't help because it's got no collisions. I got Lisa and Valentina out, I tried all sorts of bits and pieces, and I'm on my feet, but it wasn't something I actually did, I'll be honest with you. I got Lisa out, and she walked around the craft, and then when she got back in the craft, when the camera switched over, it flew up in the air. I don't know why. I should have pressed record on it when I think about it, but don't. Yeah, it went up in the air. It didn't go very high in the air, but it was enough to get me. I was over there. You can't really see this here, but there's a little ridge there. If I zoom in, you'll see this little ridge, and I was on the other side of that ridge. And I went up, and I came down, and I bounced, and I bounced, and I bounced, and I stopped here, nearly went over, and just managed to hold it. I've moved about 500 meters closer there. So I'm on my legs, but it wasn't something I did. It was a weird bug thing. I was sort of opening and closing the legs a lot to try and get these to bounce the craft around, which did kind of work, but wasn't ever enough to do it. We've got a beautiful curve in rise going on there. Wow, I didn't realise that. That's... but anyway, yes, we are here. We are still 17 kilometres away, and yeah, we've got enough fuel to get there. I did use some RCS, so don't know what happened there, but yeah, it was the power of Lisa. The power of Lisa. She got out, she grabbed onto that, and boarded it, and it flung up in the air. So I'm happy. However, we still need to get Janrina switched to now, because I think we're good. And there she is, not in her pod. She is here. She's got a bit more repellent, electric, food, water. She's got a lot. These numbers before, if you remember when I rescued someone before, their numbers were very high. Kerbalism does that. It gives enough supplies for them to last a couple of hours, 12 hours, I think it was. Although when I rescued the last person, it was a lot more than that. I think there was something. The Shotgun Ninja has dropped the amount they get now, so yeah, we need to be travelling that way. So I am going to walk, maybe fly, jump, whatever, that way, and enjoy the Kerbin rise as it comes, and I will see you over there. And here we are for the third time. This is the third time I have brought Janrina over to the pod. I keep getting these weird pauses. I'm not sure what they are, but the first time I brought it here, got about 100 meters away from it, and there was a weird explosion noise, and the game crashed. No idea what happened there. It just died on me. So yeah. The second time I came over here, I came to the pod here. I got to pretty much, well, I got onto the pod itself, and I couldn't do anything. I couldn't switch to the pod. I couldn't activate the pod. I couldn't get in it. I couldn't even grab the ladders on it. It just, it wasn't there. I couldn't even. I went back to the Dragon Center. It wasn't there anymore. It was like it was debris all of a sudden, like Valentina and Lisa inside had died, but yeah, I don't know. So I quit the game again. I completely restarted my computer once again, and I'm here for this time. And there is one other thing I want to do, which I forgot to do on both. Well, the first time, but yeah, we need to plant a flag on the moon. And I think our brave new Kerbal should do such a thing. So, plant flag. Aha, excellent. Another successful mission done. Oh, what's this? We have planted a flag on the moon. Yay, we gain things. And we gain 119,000 for that. So, yes. Oh. Hey, Jan. Nah. Good. Okay, there we go. And, my flag has changed. There is something weird going on here. No, the flag on there. I'm guessing she's part of this group, which is why she's got that flag. But anyway, let's see now. I did switch to the pod just before I started recording, so I know this works this time. Board, double grab, up we go, and board. There we are. Whew, right. Not a static object, it is working. That's very weird. Yes, so, we need to return to Kerbin. And to do that, we need to fire pretty much straight at Kerbin. I think that's going to be what it is. So let's set a target for Kinesia Station and launch ourselves. There's something weird going on with solar panels. Every time I seem to come back to the ship, they're open, and I don't know why, because they were closed when I left it to go to I want to keep calling her Cancia, Janrina, and I come back and something odd is going on. I don't know what it is. Last episode or episode ago, I had the weird text issue, but that's not doing it now. So yeah, I'm not really sure. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to save it here. I know obviously savings generally all bad, terrible, but I'm having weird bugs things going on at the moment, so I am quick saving to make sure we're here. And now let's launch. Let's point straight towards the station, which is at Kerbal, and let's go home. And straight off the bat, we're heading the wrong direction. Let's just go with it and hope. And here we are after that rather unique return journey. We've done some aero braking 3 times, yeah, I think 3 times, and I'm now down to 622,000 meters. I think going around again will get me completely caught in the atmosphere, so I don't want to do that. I instead want to enable our RCS and boost our periapsis up above so that these can be rescued. Unfortunately, the rescue mission didn't quite go according to plan. It used all the fuel up getting off the moon back here. Really planned that better, but anyway, we've got a bit of more propellant. We'll use that, and once we're in a stable orbit, we can either send one of the tugs from the station out, or well, we can send something. I'm sure we've got something to send, so yes. But we're here. We are back. We are a bit safer, and all we got to do now is finish the rescue by rescuing the rescue craft. However, the rescue craft to rescue the rescue craft will have to wait until the next time. I know this episode and the previous one have been a little bit shorter than normal, but I've had some real life issues which have just gobbled up all my time really, so hopefully that's sorted now so we can get back on track. And anyway, thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. I hope to see you again next time, and as always, have fun.